Grand Theft Auto is iconic for many reasons, but one of the most significant has to be how it inspired others to create the best open-world games. So in today's video is about open-world games which is inspired by GTA 5. Before start the video, make sure to subscribe our channel for more gaming-related videos. The Simpsons. If players ever wanted to experience The Simpsons in an open world, then The Simpsons Hit and Run is perhaps the best experience. This game has clear Grand Theft Auto inspiration, from its crime system to the fact that it can steal other people's cars. Players might not be able to shoot other characters from The Simpsons, but they can kick them repeatedly. The Simpsons Hit and Run is a great game and a classic for many fans. Exploring Springfield and its characters in a GTA setting is a joy. It features an original storyline written by Simpsons writers Tim Long and Matt Warburton. In the self-referential plot, the family discovers that they are forced to participate in another The Simpsons video game. Similar to the show, the game pokes fun at popular culture, other video games, and Electronic Arts, its publisher. It was released in North America in October 2007 and worldwide in November 2007. Saints Row. Saints Row would be a game entirely impossible without Grand Theft Auto. The open-world Saints Row game may have started as a mere GTA clone, but it has since divulged into the chaos and quirky nature of its own 2 feet, allowing players to create some bizarre characters, vehicles, and weapons to terrorize the citizens of Steelport and Stillwater. Gameplay in the Saints Row games focuses on an open world where the player can complete missions to progress an overall story, as well as engage in various side activities. Most of the gameplay revolves around driving and shooting, with occasional role-playing elements. Due to early entries being labeled as Grand Theft Auto clones, the developers sought to create a more distinctive experience from the third game onwards, with a heavy focus on over-the-top gameplay, popular culture homages, parodies, and self-referential humor. These changes have been controversial among fans of the original games. The game was released in August 2006 to critical acclaim and commercial success. Crackdown. Crackdown may have faltered from its desire to best Grand Theft Auto, but that doesn't stop the game from being one of the best GTA clones. Crackdown was inspired by Grand Theft Auto, not only through the gameplay and open-world aspects but from the desire to compete and beat GTA itself. Even if it did not succeed, it's still a great game. The competitive nature of Crackdown's creation made it a good game, and an open world where players can create their fun within. Players are given the tools and the talents to experience hyper-realism in a world filled with player-caused carnage. Set in the fictional Pacific City, the player controls a biologically enhanced agent, tasked with defeating 3 crime lords and their organized crime syndicates. The agent's abilities improve by defeating both crime lords and their top subordinates, as well as by completing optional activities, such as street races and scavenger hunts. The gameplay is nonlinear. Instead of following a rigid mission sequence, players are free to select the approach to completing their missions and activities. The game features a 2-player cooperative play mode via Xbox Live. It was released worldwide in February 2007. Watch Dogs. Instead of being armed with a shotgun and a desire to steal cars, Watch Dogs gives players a phone and the ability to hack technology. Watch Dogs is an open-world game inspired by Grand Theft Auto. From the gloom of its open-world city to the carnage that unfolds if players commit crimes in the streets, Watch Dogs has plenty of GTA mechanics. Players can run through Chicago and battle the fascist corporation of CTOS. Armed with a multitude of weapons, batons, gadgets, and gear, players will begin the task of unraveling the dangers of CTOS, even if the sequel, Watch Dogs 2, does it better. Yakuza 0. Players may not be able to steal cars in Yakuza 0, but the crime-riddled Kamurocho and Sotenbori leave them with plenty of opportunities to fight. Yakuza 0 is chronologically the first game in the Yakuza series, which was later renamed Like a Dragon. Despite the inspiration from Grand Theft Auto, Yakuza 0 is a unique experience that players need to try. Players will find so much joy in the wackiness and fun of Yakuza 0. From the many minigames of bowling, karaoke, and disco dancing, to the varied combat styles that players can use. Not only is the gameplay a complete joy, but Yakuza 0 has an immersive story of crime and mystery in 1980s Japan. Sleeping Dogs. Players will discover the story of Wei Shen, an undercover cop tasked with dismantling the triads. Sleeping Dogs is a gritty game set in Hong Kong, and as an undercover cop, players need to do anything they can to avoid blowing their cover, even if that means committing crimes. Sleeping Dogs may not have the variety of Grand Theft Auto, but a crime-riddled open world is an inspiration. There's an enjoyability in Sleeping Dogs, as players will blur the line between crime and justice as they risk their lives for their undercover role. The combat can be a lot of fun in Sleeping Dogs, with players using a variety of gory means to battle their enemies. MadOut 2. MadOut 2 Big City Online is a Grand Theft Auto-style, sandbox, game where you get to play a 2-bit criminal. In the beginning, as usual, you can only complete minor, and mostly unimportant missions, but as you go on, you'll be able to improve your position and aspire to more important missions. The controls in MadOut 2 Big City Online are relatively complex, since you have quite a few buttons that change depending on whether you're traveling by foot or in a vehicle. Luckily, the game is compatible with Bluetooth controllers and keyboards, which you can configure in the options. From the options menu, you can also customize the graphics to your liking. In MadOut 2 Big City Online you'll find an enormous city, where you can drive over 30 different vehicles and use almost a dozen different weapons. You can use handguns, machine guns, shotguns, etc. and as what usually happens in these types of games, you can wander around the city aimlessly or try to complete any of the game's many missions. MadOut 2 Big City Online is a spectacular sandbox game. On a visual and content level, the game is comparable to many PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360 titles. Overall, it's an outstanding game with hours worth of content to play. Cyberpunk 2077. Welcome to Night City, a future dystopian location in which everyone seems to be out to avoid each other, or kill each other. Cyberpunk 2077 does a great job with its immersion. From the bustling streets to the engaging and complex story of V and Johnny Silverhand, Cyberpunk 2077 is inspired by Grand Theft Auto in a multitude of ways but remains independent, a brilliant experience for fans of the open-world genre. Players can steal cars, battle police, engage in a city-wide chaos, or simply immerse themselves in Night City. Although, it's best to wear a bulletproof vest, as carnage reigns supreme with the variety of gangs that inhabit the futuristic and fictional heart of California. That's all for today. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Please give a like if you enjoy the video. Thanks for watching.